1 minute. Okay, great. So welcome everybody once again. I believe that you must have opened your um Excel by now. So now we're going to start off with our Excel, and we can simply get our data. So let's say we want to get our data from, I think it's an Excel workbook. So let's get our data from Excel, right? And let's do downloads, right? So let's bring this in, and yeah. So we're bringing in our data set. So there's usually a preview. I don't know if anybody here are familiar with Power Query. So this is just, what the environment really looks like. And then you're able to select it and look at your preview. So this is pretty much what our preview looks like. And then we can say transform data, because you don't want to load, even if most times you already know your data is clean, it's just always advisable to put it on transform first, so that you just double check, right, before you, rather than picking load. So let's do transform, and then it opens up Power Query Editor. So just in case we want to do quite a few things. So what do I really want to do here? Okay, so I want to convert this figure to more like currency, because while it is actually number, if you check the data type, it is not, a currency format, because it's just a number rather than currency. So we can just change it to currency, right? Click on add new step. Okay, then let's change profit to currency. All right. So what else are we doing? um I don't actually want this field, so let me remove it. um okay, this one is in date format. We don't have any more, I need so much to do here. We have our order ID, we have our ship mode, customer. Okay, customer ID is good. Customer in segment, country, state, and all of that. So I really think that we are good to go. So we don't really need any major edits other than that. So let's close and load. So this is a simple data. So like I said, I'm not doing any cleaning at all. So yeah, so you don't have to expect cleaning, so that we're able to like move past it as quick as possible. So now next thing we're going to do is to insert our pivot table, because it's a pivot table is like the most used capability in Excel, because it's literally what allows you do your analysis as fast as possible. So all we need to do is to click anywhere within our data set and then insert, and then we're able to insert pivot table from table/range. So let's insert from table. Then it's going to ask you that new workbook or existing, always pick new workbook, please. And then we can easily change this to pivot table, right? So we have quite a number of insights here that we're going to be showing today. So we first start with our KPIs, usually like the basics, right? So what KPIs do we basically want to see for today? So I'm visiting some list of KPIs. I want to see like my, why is someone raising hand? This I was avoiding Google Meet. There will be a lot of posts. Yeah, how can I help you, Elizabeth?
I just want to know when you were picking the table, because there were two tables there. There was the furniture data one and furniture data. Which one did you load or transform rather?
I loaded, I think, furniture data. I only just previewed one, and then it fits what I was looking for. So I think that was actually furniture data, not furniture data. I'm not pretty sure, but you can preview both and look at the one that has like the rows and columns here. So let's start with our KPIs. So we're gonna be let me see. Let's start with sales. What's the moment? So I also want to see. I also want to see my quantity right here, great, and I also want to see my profit. So these are the three KPIs I actually want to see. Um, so we know that this is a total number of total number of quantity. Then I can easily copy this pivot table so that I can use it for something else. So let me paste it here as well. Um, right. I think we're good. So now this is going to serve as our KPIs. But then again, someone like me now, whenever I do my dashboard, both in Power BI, I always want to show my month-on-month progression. So at the end of the day, they're not just telling companies that, "Oh, this is the amount that they sold or whatever. They want to see how are we growing, how are we progressing, right? Especially for startups. For me, that I work in the startup ecosystem. So I want to see my month-on-month progression. I also want to see my year-on-year. So I would now initiate, yeah. So for this particular pivot table, I can add something like my date. So let me add my order dates. Yeah, yeah. So it would separate it. It's going to do the normal and time intelligence by bringing it down to the quarter and everything. But I don't really want all those quarter. I want to maintain the year because I want to see my year-on-year growth, right? So this is pretty much what I have, right? And the next thing, so this can actually serve as my KPI, right? And then for my KPI having year-on-year
Hello.
progression, so I have that attached. How can I help you, please?
Sorry, I was speaking. Please, I just got into the class and I'm not
Hmm?
getting I said I just got into the class and I'm not getting what's going on. I've opened the furniture data, but it's quite confusing what's happening.
What's confusing?
I've seen that you have added another sheet and you're on the pivot table, but I'm kind of lost.
You're a bit too fast.
I will just encourage number one, you just came in. I think that's already a problem, right? You came in late. So I'll encourage you to please pay attentively so that we don't really go um back and forth, right? So it's just like a seamless class. So what I first did was that I brought in my data into Excel environment. Um I did it by opening my main Excel. Like I did not really open it there. You can actually even bring in your data. You can open directly, you can open the sheet directly and then click on data still and get data. That's two ways. But me, I opened the sheet without any data in it, went straight to get data, brought in the sheet, went to Power Query, just changed my um numerical columns that has to do with currency to currency. And then I closed and loaded the data back to Excel environment. That's how I came here. And then that's how I came here. I beg your pardon. Then from here, I clicked anywhere within my data and I clicked on insert and then I clicked on insert pivot table and then it will ask you new or old worksheet. I clicked new worksheet and then it brought me here. And then my first pivot table, I put in sales, total quantity, and profit. And I copied that pivot table, which you can see this copy thing still hovering around it. I copied it, Control C, and I pasted it here. And then I added year as another metric. So I'm able to see not just my total sales, total quantity, and total profit. I'm able to see them across the years that are present in this data set. So that's how I got to this very place. So now I'm gonna have to calculate my year on year. I would have loved to calculate month on month, but let's see how that three of my metric, right, for both sales, quantity and um profit. So now let me paste this here, right? No, okay. Mm. So the next thing I will do would be to write my sales, profit, and quantity. So I will calculate in Power BI now. It's something we just need to have done our DAX measures, right? And then it's able to, do all of that. But for this, right, we have to do it ourselves. So you will just see, for those who even use Power BI, but they are really confused about, oh, how do we get at the process? You'll be able to see how Power BI does it at the back end. So now, what is our current year sales? The year that we are in now, as per latest year, that's what we're looking at. We're in 2025, we're going to be looking at 2017 as the current year. So we're going to, that will be like our current year. So we just need to do equal to this. So you put the value here. Profit current year should be this, and then quantity current year should be this, right? Good. So what's our previous year? Our previous year for sales is 2016. So we'll do that. So also our previous year for profits should be this, and our previous year for quantity should also be this, right? So now this is pretty much where we calculate again. So year on year is pretty much, if you know, like just normal mathematics, it's usually like your um current year minus your previous year over your previous year, right? So that's what we just need to do. That's just how you know your change, percentage change, right? Year on year change, percentage change. So we say equal to current year. No, I'll put that in brackets. Current year minus this year, right? Close bracket divided by our previous year. So we just hit enter. So it's showing that this is our percentage change, but obviously it first brings it in decimal, right? You're the one who can now change it to percentages by going to your home and going to the data type, and then let's change it to percentage. So we are seeing that from um this year to this year, you can see that there was an 8% increase from previous year to current year. There was actually a decline in profit. Profit declined by 56%. That is actually very bad. And for quantity actually did increase. Don't mind me, I'm always just very used to analyzing when we're talking. So this is going to serve as our KPIs, right? And then also we also want to make it as dramatic as possible, I beg your pardon, so that it can actually have those symbols, so to speak, right? So we can say something like equal to if so if this value is greater than 50, so we want to condition it in a way that it's able to give us let me see. I need to get a value from my laptop. So, um, what am I forgetting? So that's Windows plus. Okay, let me see. Did I bring that up? No. I'm trying to bring out the window part of my laptop. Give me a moment. I'm getting that code. All right. So let me see. Yeah, okay, perfect. So now I held my window plus semicolon, window plus semicolon, please. So that will help you bring out your emojis. So it has brought out quite a number of emojis for me. So I can go to a symbol I need. So pretty much this one. So you can bring up arrow. So now if it is actually, if the condition, if the logical test, which is this value, is greater than 0, obviously we already know that that's actually like an increase. So we're going to pick the increase sign, right? Then we go on. Otherwise, beg your pardon. Okay, give me an increase sign. Otherwise, if it's actually not greater than, if it's less than, then give me a decline. Me. So great. Perfect. And then we can actually just format it in a way that it will give us all the values singularly. So we want to format it. Great. So now this our ABS typically means absolute value. What that means is I want to get the absolute value of this. So it also gets 56% absolute value. It doesn't give me, it doesn't extract the minus. Please can you use your mic? All right, great. So the ABS typically means absolute, right? So it doesn't take this minus near the 58%. It just gives us the absolute value. It is this decline, this symbol that will represent the minus. So that's what the absolute means. And in essence, why we are doing the absolute. So we just need to reference this data or cell, I beg your pardon, and then we can continue. So let's do 9%. Okay. Let's see. So okay, so great. So I want to add that it can give us, let me do my formula bar. Great. And it should also give us year on year. So I want to put that year on year is represented. So let's do year on year. And then it does that way. So now let's bring this down. So does for so as you can see, this minus does not come in here. That's just the main goal of the absolute value, and is able to bring in the symbol instead. So now we know that in our data we're going to have or in our dashboard, so to speak, we're going to have our KPIs exactly, which are the values, and then we're able to see the month on month growth. Please just give me 1 second. Okay, all right, great. Please kindly confirm that you can see my screen, please.
Yes.
All right, great. Perfect. So sorry, I'm getting a bit distracted. So we're good to go, right? So now we have our KPIs ready, and then basically we can start going ahead to pick our chart. So normally in our dashboard, we usually have our KPIs and then our chart. So for the sake of this particular class, I actually want to bring out 6 charts on my own, right? So the first chart I actually do want to bring out. So let me just do this by the right hand side. I will just take this pivot table, Control C, and then continue. So yeah, so I think this will. Yeah, so I want to bring out my monthly sales trend. So I'll just take away quantity, I'll take away profits, and we have months. I'll take away here and I can bring in months. right? So you can see our sales trend like this. So we're good. I also want to bring out these are monthly profits and profit trend as well. Yeah, so let's do it here. So okay, so let's bring in profit instead. So we're good. So I also want to bring in category, like the highest sales by category. So okay, highest sales by category. Let me just bring it here instead. Yeah, we're good. So highest sales by category. So sales by category. So I pretty much want to bring in category instead. What do we have? Just one? Okay, let me see. Okay, we actually have one. So let's do subcategory instead. Yeah, let's do subcategory. So we're good. So what else are we bringing up? We have three charts now that we are doing. So let's bring out two more. So what else can we do? So let's do by something like city. So what to do by like city, right? We want to categorize sales. I know that, I mean, sales in this case is sales, right? We have sales, we have profits. Really bothered about profits per month, but I really want to know, instead of saying the location that gives us, or the city that gives us the highest profit, we can just say the city that gives us the highest sales, so we know where to focus a larger bulk of our inventory, so to speak. Excuse me, please. So let's take in city. So these are the cities that are present. But they're actually a lot. So let's do top. Let's bring out top, maybe top 6. Let's do label. Let's do value. Yeah, so let's do value filter. So top 10. I'll say okay. No, I don't want 10, please. I want 6. So I'm only concerned about the top 6 people that that are making the highest sales for the company. So we have how many KPIs now? 1, 2, 3, 4. See, I have like 2 more to go. Okay, let's bring out something like let's do it here. Okay, so let's say maybe by country. Let's do sales distribution by country. Let's see country. Let me see how many countries are present here. Just United States. Okay. So let's do something like let me confirm, please. So we've done by city. Great. Okay, we've done by city. So let's do something like by state. Let's bring in state. So we have actual states, right? So we're good to go. So we have one more, because I mean, just in normal data visualization, before you do your charts, though, you actually have to even think of your outlay. Me, I've already thought of how I want my dashboard to look. That's why you can see I'm coming here to do 6 charts. I've designed how I want my dashboard to look. So it's my design that's guiding. Oh, this is where I want this KPI to be. I want 3 KPIs. That's really why I'm here to do 3 KPIs, right? If you design your dashboard to be 7, 8, which is not even ideal, because you can just create 2-pager. if whatever, that's what really drives the number of charts that we're going to do, or you are going to do, like anytime you're having to do the dashboard. So we've done 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we just one left. Maybe we should do something like maybe a pie chart. So I want to do distribution by ship mode. So instead of sales, let's do ship mode, like how many percentage. Okay, great. So we have different types of shipping mode. We have first class, same day, second class, standard. So you can actually see ship mode from two different angles. Either you want to see if I use percentages, it means I want to see the proportion of each ship mode to another, such that the insight I'm trying to extract from that is like maybe the ship mode that is used the most. As you can see, this one is the high most used. Standard class, people use standard class a lot. That's why you can see the counts. It appeared, count means it appeared 1,248 times in this data. I mean that people use it more often to ship their goods. That's in the context of looking at the most known. And that's how I'm approaching it from the angle of count or percentage. But if I actually want to see, okay, which shipping mode brings in the highest revenue. Example, there was a time I was interviewing for a role, and that was like 3 years ago, and then they gave me assessment, and assessment was typically to let them see the highest or the what's it called, the sales channel. Typically me also kind of like ship mode that brings in the highest revenue. So that angle now, maybe I'll use sales here, because I'm actually looking at from the angle of the ship mode that brings in the highest revenue. But this one, I'm only looking at the ship mode that's actually the most used. So that's I'm approaching it from count. I can typically now change it to percentage. So all I have to do is click on value field settings, and it says shows value as. So I want to say show value as percentage of grand total, and then to show me in form of percentages. So I don't like 2 decimal places, so I'll just highlight and reduce it to 1. Right. So we have this thing in total 6. So let me say sales by city by, yeah, this is city. Or total all, let's say top top selling city. This one can say shipping mode. And this is typically by state. So we also want to look at sales by states. Well, let's say, yeah, sales by states. And then we have 1, 2, 3. So we have 6 in total. But I also want to format this data. So let's format our data set. This is on minus. Okay. Let's format our data. So I'm just going to paste my formula. I don't want to start typing. So I'm going to paste my formula just a moment. Okay, great. So I want to actually format this in a way that it would look better. So I'll just go here. I highlighted so that everybody doesn't think I'm too fast. I highlighted here, and then I went to this place. Oh, you guys can't see it because I'm sharing only a window. Let me just go back, stop presenting and share my whole screen. Entire screen. Okay, can you see this? I'm realizing so I have to go here. Right, yeah, perfect. And I'll click on custom, and I just need to highlight that and then change this formula. So let me paste the formula for everybody in the chat box because you might not be able to see it. So now let's say okay. So it has actually like formatted this number in a way that makes a whole lot of sense. I don't like the way you formatted this one, please no. Let's say no. So let's do something like this. Let me highlight only that one. Custom, and then let's do this. So okay. So I will just use my format painter brush to format it everywhere. Same thing. I'll do for this as well. Yeah. I also do for this. This one is pretty much, yeah, values. Okay. We are good now. Okay, I still have to do the all these ones. So let's format it as well so that it all looks better. So now this is what profit trend. Why is it looking like this? All right, let me see. Um. Okay. So it's giving me 4. Nine. Yeah, let me format this one differently. Mm, Apologies, so that I can be able to. It's a little more this. So, I mean, all right. So I'll have to format this one differently because of the values. Um, this one is giving me as, oh yeah, because of the subtraction. That's really why we're not really getting that one. But let's just see. Let's manage. Let's manage. I'll have to come back to this. This one is at 694. I think this is good. Um. Okay. 1 4. Mhm. Should I do M? Let me make this. How many zeros are these? 1 2 3. Let me make this one more. Let me add one more zero. Okay. Okay. I think it should work now. Still not working. All right. You know what? Let's just come back to this. Let's come back to this. So we have one chart that's I need to format this as good as possible. So it's really standardized. So let's know that we know that this is an empty sheet. This is pretty much an empty sheet. So we can easily delete this, and then we can make this our dashboard. We make this our dashboard sheet. So the first step we do is we go to view, we can turn off the grid lines, and then we're able to start building. So I will make my whole background Control A. I just click anywhere and call it Control, and then go to Home, and then I can change the color. So I wrote down the color codes I want to use for this particular um, visualization. So let's use something like this. What's going on? Oh, what am I doing here? Perfect. So let's use this. Should we use this? Let me use something a bit lighter. Um, just go to your colors. And something here. Okay, this works. Yeah, perfect. So let's do something like this. So now we have a background. I like reducing this thing from 100% to, let's say, 60. No, I always use 65, something like 65, depending on how large I want my. Let's use 62. Then let's click on insert, and then we want to insert our illustration. So we want to insert shape. So let's use this, and then let's draw. I think this works. So there's a way to customize your height and your width. So in case you still want it, you have a specific width, length, and width, size, and height, right? You want to use, you can easily just go there and increase it. So I'll just adjust my edge, and then I pick the color that I actually do want. I'm not really a fan of color, like I don't know how to play with colors, so I usually just have colors like in my head somewhere that I say, okay, I want to use this color. Like I must be able to like get color from like an idea. I'm not really a color person, I'm more of a technical person. I hope my colors will make sense today. So yeah, let's do something like um mm, okay, let us work. Let's this color here, and then we're good. So next thing would be to insert our KPIs. So I want to insert KPIs. So I have 3 KPIs that I'm using today. So I will do this. So I have 1 to 3. Okay, so let's do something like I like this color. So I remember where I got inspiration of. I saw it somewhere and then I picked up the color. And there's usually a platform where you can also pick colors. So I want 3 K. How many KPIs did I do? 3. That's sales, profit, quantity. Is there something like cost here? Okay, there's no cost. If not, I would have loved to do cost. Let's do something like, let's add one more. So let's add something like okay, let me try and add okay, let's just leave it. Let's leave it. Okay, let me do something now. Let me add um yeah, so let me add something like products. Did this thing do some? Okay. Let's add maybe products. How did their products grow over time? That can even give us insights into their revenue actually. So the higher your products, the higher you sell, that's what necessarily drives your profit at the end of the day. So we know that if profit is increasing, did this even decrease? There's a problem here. And that's why you can see there's a minus from previous year between 2016 and 2017 is actually a minus because of these values. So you can see that profit in increase, and this company is not doing well. They need to work on their costs actually. So now we can see in terms of quantity, like products being sold, or so to speak, 421, 452. This one they sold higher, yet they have less money also. They really need to look into their internal control. But then again, this is just me thinking aloud. So let's add product. We want to add like total number of products that they have, in their company, and current year should be this, right? Previous year is 2016, right? We can also make the whole formula apply to this, so we can see that their products did increase. The products got, I mean, but in essence, they're not doing well profit wise. So let's also so we have 22% increase. Okay, so we're good on that. So now let's go back to add one more KPI. So let's do control D so that it does bring that out. So let me delete this and do it again. Control D D D. That's in 4 places. So I'm trying to ensure that my outlay is good. I always advise people, please have very good outlay, because I see times people don't have good outlays in their dashboard. And if you don't have good outlays, and there's already a problem. It's your outlays that really just gives beautification to your dashboard. Okay, we are good. We are good for now. So let's also duplicate this. Okay, this might be a bit. Let me see if I'll adjust it a little. Actually don't want this to be too curved. Same as this actually. Don't want it to be curved. So I'll do that again. I could have just copied and pasted my formatting. Well, I mean I've done that. So let's do this, and then bring this here. This my outlay is not really perfect, so it has to be perfect because I'm very particular about outlay a lot. Okay, so let's do control D, control D. So this is not enough. Okay, so um, so I'm just still I'm just still trying to ensure that I build my layout. So that's why I'm quiet. Sometimes layout can be so stressful. God, I think that's not really like my favorite part. I mean, I love it. I really, really love it because how everything comes together afterwards. But maybe calculations are like my fave. Well, let's see we're going. So uh, this my graph is actually even short. But let's manage it. Okay, we're getting there. We're getting there. Um, yeah, so we're good now. All right, so this says as our KPI, this says as our, so we can start bringing in our chart title. So our KPIs, let's click on insert and text box. So let's bring in our first KPI is revenue sales. Let's call it revenue, please. Let's see what I call it. Yeah, sales. So sales. Um, let's make this bold, and then we can easily shape fill, no outline. Let's make this 12. Then we'll do Control D, and do for the others. So let's also do for this D. Okay, so okay. I think that went out of line. So we have to make this okay. Perfect. So let's do Control D. I think we're done with title. So last one. All right, so we can start naming it what we want to name it. So after sales, we know that what comes next is profits. Let me bring it down a bit. I'm very particular about outlay. I literally always spot the most weird outlay, so I always ensure that I also don't spot it in mind. So let's do quantity, quantity, right? And then let's do product. So we can also now start looking at our, let's start looking at our, so we have highest sales by category. Let me see. So let's typically do something like let's do monthly. Let's do monthly monthly profit trends. So there's this theory in visualization that people look from left to right. So what that means is that your most important insight must be at the left. Then they are looking right. So they look this way, left, they look right, they look down, and then they look back to left. So you must put it in that order. That's why you can see I'm starting with revenue, and then I'm bringing revenue slash profit slash sales. Pretty much means the same thing. Then I'm bringing in profit. So what else? What else? So we have um we have shipping mode. We also have, okay, let's bring in higher sales by, so I want to make this one into two. Let's see, let me 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 see. Okay, yeah, so I want to make this one into two. So I've changed my mind. Straight. So so I think this is okay. So I also want to swap this. So what that means is okay.
What's the name? Whose phone is ringing? I don't know. Auntie
Please
Stella. Whose phone?
kindly mute, please.
Okay. Auntie Stella. I was wondering that what's this one doing? She now saw me that
Please.
I'm not greeted her. She said, how am I doing? I said, I'm fine. I said, I'm not good. Auntie Stella to mom to the
Okay. All right. And then we can easily bring this here. Okay. And then let's have this. Okay. So we are good to go. We have monthly sales trend, monthly profit trend. Let's do control D, D, D. So we can bring this back to where it's supposed to be. Um, so in essence, dashboard is usually what takes time, like most cases, not even calculation, but you have to make your dashboard as neat as possible. Mm, okay, we're good to go. All right, so we have other insights. So let's bring in shipping mode. And what else? What else? We have um higher silver category. Who's gonna be? Let's leave should be moved here. No, let me leave should be moved here. Then we'll do highest sales by category here. Highest sales by category. What else? What else do we have? We've done highest of a category. Okay, top selling city, and then sales by. There's one more. There's one more. What's going on? How am I missing it? Top selling city. Okay, top selling city and sales by state. Okay, we're good. So sales by state. Monthly profit trend. All right. So we are good. I think we're to some extent we are good. Let's just be moving. We're almost done by His grace. So let's bring in our KPI. So I'll click equal to here. And I'll click here and I can say, where's my sales value? So this is all my sales. I'm going to be looking at current year. All right. Should we look at, okay, yes, let's pick, should we pick current year or total? Let's pick total. Guys, let's pick total, please. So let me go back. I want total instead, actually, instead of picking current year. Let's pick totals. So, yeah, so let's do same formatting for here. Let's go back to take it. So it's equal to this. Okay. Let me pick this one. Let me see if it's give me that. Okay. So let's change the font to this. Let's increase to 12. Let's go make it higher so that we're able to see 14. Let's make it bolder. Let's put it somewhere here. Yep. Right. And then we can duplicate this. Let's bring it on somewhere here. Yeah. So let's make this the the percentage growth. So this one is pretty much this. And then I think I want to make this one white instead. And then let's have it as 12. Okay. So this sales now. Let's see if we can make it 14. Yep. So I'll also copy formatting. All right, so great. So I think this is good. Having our percentage somewhere here. Let it just be there. I'm thinking of making this cream. I think cream works. That's kind of cream, sha. Let's see. No, let's use this for my color. I think this is okay. And then we can do the same D. Let's bring it here. This also. Excuse me. Let's bring this here as well. And then let's bring for product as well. Right? So we are good. We're almost good. I think we're good now. And we can easily also change that. So for profit, we also need to bring in the actual value. So let's go to pivots. Where's profit? So let's do something like this now. And also do this. So we do the same thing for quantity. Mm, so where is our product here? And then we can also have the same thing, right? Format option and format this as well. I also want to do the also replicate this one as well. So I wanted to align. Okay, this works. It's manageable for the sake of time. Okay. I think this is okay. So we also need to change that as well. So let's do for profit. So you know what? Let me just finish doing everything so it becomes faster. So let's do quantity, and then let's also do for product. So we are good. So also wanna put our title, so we can call this um let's call this furniture sales performance. So this one is, we can just say 2020 2017 versus 2016. We can drag this up a bit, and then we can easily duplicate this. Mm, mm, sales profits and trends. This is just me, coming up with something, right? So we can make this a bit, make it smaller. Let's make it smaller, make it stop bold, make it italics, and make it white. Yeah, so I think this is good. And then we can now start bringing in our graphs. So the first we'll be handling is our monthly sales trend. Um, so let's do something like monthly sales trend. What is the monthly sales trend? Click here. So we can insert. What should we do? Should we use trend line? Mm, should we? All right. Let's use something like this is trend line. Mm, so I'll right click hide or field list. Um, Let me turn on my green lines. So what do I also want to turn off? What do I want to turn? Okay, I also want to turn on my legend. I don't need my legend. I don't need my chat title because I don't need my vertical axis. This is all I need. So and we are good. And I can easily change the color. Mm, does this line work? Nope. Um, so this is I'm using the right color. Okay, let me smoothen it out. I don't like when my line is curved. Line is it has strong. Okay. Mm, Let me make this 5. Mm, Let me see the color of my dashboard. Okay, yeah, we can actually run with this though. Let's use it. So let's turn off the background of the charts. Then we can reduce it. And then we can say Control X. I hope our editing is not going to be too small. It is, but we just have to manage. I think I want to change this thing from this thing. to circle. Let's do something like circle. It's better. And I want to change the color of my x-axis to something like this. No, what kind of color is that? This is this one. This works. So shipping mode. Where is our shipping mode? So we have one. Let me save this thing just in case anything happens. Okay, let's just leave it. So let's do something like shipping mode. We have our shipping mode. Where's our shipping mode? So we can use a pie chart for or a donut chart. Let's use a donut chart. Let us hide all fields. Let's turn off the title. I don't want legend at all. I just prefer data labels. Okay. Let me see legend. Functions. Separate bottom row. I don't want that. Let me just go to data labels. Let me go to data callouts here. Should I go with this? Okay, let's leave our legend, but let's add data labels. And then we can drag this out. Drag this one out. Drag this one out. Then next thing is we can actually start to adjust it. So we wanna make the colors to be good, right? It's not the colors that we have. So this one can actually be white. This one can be, let's see, they'll work. Usually I'll pick this color, but then again I can easily go to more colors for you to bring in another shade, and then I can say okay, let's see how these colors even work. Let's take this as well, but then I'm able to go to more colors, and this is something like this. I was not going to contradict what we're doing, but if it does, we'll just easily change it. So no fill, no line. Let us bring this down a little, and we can cut it out, Control X, and then we come here and Control V. As this color, as you go, so there's a problem now. My data labels, let me change it to this. Okay, now it's visible. I think I like this. Like also bring this in a little. You also have to bring this in a little. All right. So we're getting there. So the next one is getting sales by state. So now the issue is, wait a Power BI, I say Power BI, I beg your pardon. Excel doesn't allow geographical, maps with pivot table. So that's one issue. I don't know when they'll solve it. So we just need to Control C and Control V. So you just paste as a new new data point. So we can now go to insert and then typically get the map. Okay. Mm. So let's remove chat title. This thing. Let's reduce it. Yeah, save it. So let me see if I can bring this thing down. I don't really want it by this side. It's taking space. Mm-hmm. Oh, so there's a problem now. Let's call this one states. No, it doesn't tag it as series. Yeah. Okay. So now it has changed from series to state. I didn't like the way it was showing series. Just a moment. Yeah, then so now we can turn off the chat title. We can make this what else? What else do we need to do? I think the colors are okay. Let's say no field, no line. So the darker shade represents the highest revenue, and the lighter one, the ones that are not too high, so to speak. So we can have this here. Um, Legend can also come in as no, please, no. Mm, text option is perfect. What I'm looking for. So let's make this. Yeah. Let's make it this way so that everything is pretty much the same. So now, top selling city, right? What is our top selling city? We're almost done. I'm even trying to rush. I mean, this is something that on a normal day I would think I would take longer. Top selling city. What should we use to visualize this? Maybe we can use a column chart. So let's insert let's insert a Okay, this is a column. Column works. No, should be the column. Column. Yes, this is a column. So we can easily right click on this title field and put up the title. We can also turn off our grid lines. We don't want to turn off our legend. I also want to turn off the amount that I'm seeing there in my axis. No, please. I only want my vertical. So we're good. And we can easily change the color. So let's do something like this. Does this make sense? Yeah, it does. So I think this is okay actually, and then we can there are other ways to make this particular column chart more final. As you can see, once that's what you'll be seeing like just square or rectangle. We can make this very, very optimized, just that there's no time, right? So we still have more to do in terms of making it as interactive as possible. So um there's a lot of possibilities that can be done with Excel. Um Interesting. So let's do what do we even select? Stop selling city. Mm, Let me change it to this color. Pretty cool. Yeah, this color works. So this I don't want any line. Then I think I want the text options to be something like this. Yep. And then we can let's make this a bit transparent. I don't like the way it's looking thicker than others. Yeah, it's looking thicker. So let me bring it to like 20, 30. Yeah. Yeah, I think this is okay. So we're almost done. So let's bring in monthly profit. So typically the same thing. We bring in the monthly profit trend. That's here. That should be here. Oh, this is the one that was giving us issues. Okay, let me visualize it first. Hmm. Um. Okay. Okay. Let me check it back. Okay. Let me check. No. It's not what I want. It's not what I want. So let me. Let me start. Need to go below the line. Let's see. So let's do height of field. Let's do vertical. Um. Okay. Let's run with this. Just for the sake of this class. What else? Okay, let's run with this. And let's change this to this. I believe that's the color we've been using. I'll confirm that. Then let's put in some markers, right? Marker, let's do circle. Yeah. What number did we do that time? Let's erase this. Then no fill. Don't forget no fill, no line. So it removes the background of the chart itself. And then we can control the so we need to also change the font color, I beg your pardon, of these as well, so that it does align. And let's see. This is a bit small, I believe. Let me see if I can adjust this a little, just a little, right? And this as well. Okay, let's adjust this a little, and let's just make this a little as well. Um, mm, okay. All right. So I think this is okay. All right. So we have one more, which is highest sales by category. What is the highest sale by category? Highest sale by category, highest sale by category, highest sale by category. Okay, great. So we can make this a more of a bar chart. So let's go straight to bar, and we can say okay, and pretty much just do all our no title, no grid lines, no legend. We don't want horizontal. Um, then we're gonna hide all the fields, and we can easily also no line. We don't want line here. We want the values to stand on its own without any line outlining it. And we can also same thing, change the color to this, and we're also gonna make that transparent as well. We'll make the bars transparent so that it does align with what we did here, right? um we're good. Then we just need to place it where it's supposed to be. So one of the text options, we want the color to be this. That's what we're using. Fantastic. Then I think the transparency of this one, we made it 28. So we can also make this one 28, right? So make the transparency, you can type 28, and that also does align. I think I want to push this to the right. Push this to the right a little, and we're good. We're good. But I'm thinking of using this color here. Let me check the exact color. So let me see if I'm going to make the right decision. So this is the third one. Um, the third. It wouldn't work. It wouldn't work. No, let me just do it. Actually, let's leave it like this. Let's leave it like this. Let me just push it in a little and take this down. So this is typically it. Let me confirm this font. I don't think it's the same. Which one is supposed to be 14? It's also supposed to be 14 for uniformity. All right. I think that's about that. We can now add slicers. So what do we want to slice through? There are so many things to actually slice through. Let's see very, very quickly. Let's see. Let's see what we want to slice through. So we have ship mode. Should we slice? No, I think we've done ship mode. We've done segment. Okay, let me check segments. Okay. Actually, maybe we can actually slice through segments. We want to check. We can check. Oh, this segment. This is what it gave us. South, or should we do southwest, east, central? Okay, we don't have south, east, west, central. We can do segment and south, east, west, central. So we want to create a slicer for region and segment. So we can actually pick one. It depends, right? So it depends on you. So but maybe we should just pick region. So let's go to insert, let's go to slicer, So let's pick region. So now slicer has customization. So we have to customize. You can see that the color does not even rhyme. So it means that we have to customize it. And is there time to customize? Let's just use this. We have to customize. That's what it means. Let me check. I actually have to customize. So let me make this the background. We have to customize. I'll walk you through how to customize, because most times people the slicers always come in one particular way, so they don't give you options. So you're the one that will have to customize. Now I'm going to teach you how to customize. Let me do Control C. I need to hold this shade in my head. Then I go back. I'll go to the slicer. Which one do we select? This one. Then I'll say duplicate, and I'm able to edit it. My whole slicer can be. Let's make it. Whole slicer can be color. Let's use this as fill. So now let me explain. I feel like I'm rushing for this one. They don't used to rush for slicer. It can be confusing. So now the first thing you have to do is to create a copy, because you can't modify Excel slicer. You have to create a copy of your own, which is what I did here. I did duplicate, then I'm able to now modify. So you start with whole slicer. Whole slicer, and now I'm able to format it. So you start with their format. So you feel is like, what's the fill color? So you're the one who customize it. So I want my fill color to be V, like control what I pasted, the color code. Then the font can be something like this. It's all we have been using. Yeah. Then border can be the same. None, please, none. Then we say okay. We go to header. You don't even want header. I'm going to remove the header. Let's go to selected item with that. What that means is that when you click on any standard, so out of the regions, we have East, West Africa. When you click on East, that's a selected with data. You selected that one. So when you select it, how do you want it to look? This is what we are going to. So format, we want the field to be this. We want the border to be none. We want the font to be this. Then we say okay, right? Then unselected item with data means that if you have not selected the ones that, so if you selected central, which is east, or selected east, that's your selected item with data. It has data, you selected it. Then in the process of selecting region, which you selected east region, you can't select 5 at once. So the slider is like you select one, it responds, it's interactive. You select west, it's interactive. So when you select east, you unselected, invariably you unselected east, north, and central. So east, north, and central in that situation, that at that point in time becomes your unselected with data. Data is present there, but you're not selected at that moment. So how do you want it to look when you've not selected that particular region to be able to slice through to see information? So you now go to format, field. I want my field to be, oh no, there's a problem. Anyway, font. Let's use font as, okay, actually I can pick it up from here. So let's use font as no. Let me pick, no. Let me use font as more colors. Let me use font as this. I use, okay, so let me say okay. So let me go and take the color that I want to use. So I want to use this. So I'm still in the process of formatting. So where is the one I'm working on? So lost. Okay, this is modify. First, let me turn off my slicer header. Okay. And central is southwest. Central is southwest. Central is southwest. So we are still in process of modify. So unselected item with data, we format it. So we want the field to be this color that I just copied. We also want the border to be none. Let's see what it does for us. Okay, so what we're gonna do now, we're gonna add border, right? So unselected item with data. Let's make the border should be this color. Okay. Let me first change the colon to 4, right? And so it's the border that's still our issue. So let's modify unselected item with data. We have not selected anything now. So unselected item with data. Okay, so modify unselected item with data. So let's do this. What's going on? Why is this not working? This has to work for unselected item with data. Okay, perfect. So now it has worked. I just need to reduce it. Control X, and I come to my dashboard. Okay, now that means I have to change the color. Oh, that's what it means. I'm gonna have to change the color. So this, at least this is good. So let's change the color. I'll need to change to this black background. So let me get the color shade of my black background. So you can see that creating dashboards come with a lot of, this is just even me rushing through a dashboard. It takes time. You actually do have to think, and then you are trying to design here and there colors and everything. So let's change the black background and let's see if that should affect. So great, now we have it, and then we can bring this through. Yep. So now we have to connect our sliders, right? So we click on it, go to slider, go to report connection. So you want to connect it to your whole chart, right? So you have to connect it to every single of our pivot table that we created, so that when we click on it, respond. So as you can see, it's perfect. So if you want to check how much we made in central, you can see it becomes interactive. Central has -128. This still even needs to be formatted. East has high. So I mean, invariably, who has the highest profit is actually even West. So West is even bringing in the highest profit, followed by East. So as you can see, right, we were able to make our dashboard as interactive as possible, right? And then I think I want to now clear. So I normally clear I just say clear filter from region, and then it goes back to the total. So this is what our dashboard looks like. There's a whole lot of things I actually wanted to add. I wanted to add like what's it called, icons and links, so that I can take you somewhere else. All those kind of things can take you to, in case you want to add your LinkedIn, your face, all those things. You want to add other things, more slicer. There are a whole lot of other things, that we can customize. But I think, those ones are just if you're trying to be extra. This is a standard dashboard if you're looking to use Excel, just to maximize, or use Excel so well, maximize how you use Excel. Okay, so someone will see your dashboard and even think that you built it with Power BI. Meanwhile, it was even Excel you did build it with. So how I normally now take my own picture is that I go to my snip tool, right? So something like snip tool. Mine will not load now because Okay, let's do this. So let's do snip to from the QRS, OP, QRS. So snip it to. So now I will say this and I can easily now copy this. Right. Let me start again. All right. So you do your snip tool, right? Depending on, I think everyone's laptop should have snip tool. And then I come take a snapshot, and then you can see my dashboard being live, right? Um, you can see my dashboard live, right? And this is it. So I just save it. After I've saved it, I now document on GitHub. So if you want to document on GitHub now, you just document your thought process, like, okay, this country or this region made this so amount of money, but when you check it live, this service, this this other region is making higher. It means that at the end of the day, maybe they need to push more of their product to a region that's, those kind of breakdown. Now you're trying to show it, because if employers ask you for your GitHub, they will see all those products, they see your thought process, they see how you're able to solve problem, they now see the dashboard, how beautiful it was, right? So I'm going to take questions. While I understand that there might not be as much question, because I'm very aware that, maybe I didn't take it as slowly, right? But I will entertain questions honestly, and let's see how that goes. So the recording will also be shared to you, so that you can just go over it, and then it sinks even more and more. Any question from anybody? Any question? Please have questions, though. You might not see my face again. You might not see my face again. Oh. Who is laughing?
Good evening.
Yeah, hi, good evening.
Good evening. Thank you very, very much for this opportunity. Thank you. I
Mm,
appreciate it
no
very much.
problem.
Please,
Most welcome.
my question is on the recording. Like, how are we getting it? Are we like going to have the link shared on our email, or there's a WhatsApp group? I would like
Yeah,
to know so I
there's
know how to follow up.
here to be shared to your email. All right. So, any
Okay.
other
Okay.
question? I hope
Thank you
that answers
very
your
much.
question, oh,
Thank you.
Damola. Any other question?
I lost I
Okay.
lost you at some point, but I heard the last part where you said to your email. So
Yes, share to your, like, everybody that attended this session. We are going to share the recording to your email.
okay, okay. Thank you. Thank you.
I want to believe that some people here are from our community. I've seen quite a number of people that I know here. Maybe about three, they're from our
Yes,
community.
I'm
Some
from
people
the
are not. So, I
community.
mean, then
Yeah, I'm from the community as well.
I'm from the community. Okay.
I do like to join the community. Get to join.
Yeah, great. Then again, if you're, I know some community here, you can, once we send email to the link, once you indicate interest, we'll add it to your community, or you want to take up any training with us, we'll be more than happy to have you. This is just what a tip of data analyst, data scientist, a lot happen. And yeah, I got that. And this is just, me rushing. So I mean, if you I so I can take further questions. If there are no questions, then I would I think I would just end the call. Okay, Susan has a question. Susan, can we have you?
Uh, so you're breaking, and I don't know if it's from my end or yours. Just in case, after I ask my question, like when you're replying, I don't know if I would hear you. Can you hear me? Hello, can you hear me?
What's the question? Yeah, me too, Susan. I can hear you. What's your question?
Oh, I really wanted to know how you
Susan,
like you
what's
spoke
your
about some
question?
icons and the oh goodness. I'm actually talking.
Oh, maybe it's my network. Apologies. It's most likely my network. I have terrible network, but I can hear you now.
Can
Is it
you
my
hear me now?
network, please? Anybody confirm? Can you hear me clearly? I can hear you, Susan.
Yes, I can hear
All
you
right.
clearly.
So you spoke about some icons and LinkedIn, like adding your LinkedIn and the likes of that. I would have really loved to see that, but I don't know if that's possible.
Sadly, the class is coming to an end. The class has come to an end. I beg your pardon. Um, but
All
I
right,
mean,
no problem.
let me walk you
The
through how you
last
can do this. So, am I breaking? No, maybe you download the icon from social media, from Google. I beg your pardon, and you remove the background because you don't want to have an icon that has a background, something like that. Can share that. I will tell the program manager to share that with everyone. So there's a platform where you can get icon, or you can search your own icon on Google, on Google, and then you remove the background. But the one on the platform, the background is already removed. Then you can save it on your laptop, and then just click on insert, and
Can you hear me?
insert illustration. Then go to pictures. Wait, can't you hear me? Can everyone hear me, please?
You're
Can
breaking
everyone hear
from
me? Am
my
I
end.
breaking?
You're breaking.
I can hear you, but Charity, am I breaking? No, I'm hearing you. Oh, oh, sorry, my network. I don't. My network just got swapped, so that's why. Um, but maybe the recording. So, you click on pictures and you're able to bring in. So this is even a place for you to get icon directly. Sharp. But me, I don't like using this one though. You can just
I
use it, or
understand the
you have your icon
icon. I just wanted to know about the
download.
LinkedIn part.
And it is still the same thing. You insert the icon, attach your LinkedIn link to the icon.
Okay. Okay.
Do you understand? So you bring
Mm.
in a LinkedIn icon, then you click on the LinkedIn icon, right click it, then the link. You now add the link with your LinkedIn
Okay.
URL. That's how it works. It's seamless.
I-
I
Okay.
hope that really answers your question.
Thank you.
Any other question from anybody? I think there are no questions. All right.